Live 3 miles apart on the Lawrence Corridor in Chicago, it's
Semi-regular
Semi-Regular Wednesdays!
Wednesdays.
With our special guest, Steve Darnall from Those Are the Days, plus the Ravens Hollow County Players, the Laser Comedy Show, and stand-up comedy from Alexandra Tsarpalas. And now, celebrating the sounds of the golden age of radio since May 1970, Flower Shop Bangers!
Woohoo! How you doing, Stuart?
Good. How are you, Dan? Welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back. This is our first show in what, like a week or two?
It's been a week and a half, yes.
A week and a half. All right. So, yeah, we are back.
Yeah,
And we are the Flower Shop
November
Bangers.
22nd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt there. I feel like there's maybe a little bit of a delay there. But as Dan was saying, we are the Flower Shop Bangers. We are an improv duo based out of Chicago. We have been performing together for 7.5 years.
And
that
is correct.
We've been doing Zoom shows for almost 9 months now. This pandemic has gone on for almost 9 months.
It has been quite a long pandemic.
Yes. You can bring a baby to term at the length of this pandemic now.
Correct.
And the way things are going, you can probably make 2 babies. Well, thank you to everyone who's tuning in right now. Tonight's show is a little more eclectic and madcap than some of you have probably noticed from some of our past shows. But nevertheless, we try to be spontaneous and irreverent in any case. Now, Dan, before I run down all of the acts we have this evening, plus one interview segment, could you say a few words about some of the small businesses that we are supporting, as well as some fundraisers that we are trying to promote?
Yes, of course, Stuart. If you look down below, you will see a little, a little banner. And it has some rotating images, and each one represents a different campaign and or business that Stuart and I think would be good for you to try to promote, try to maybe give your money to during this time. First and foremost, there is a GoFundMe organized by the comedian Chris Redd. Chris Redd is trying to raise money for people who happen to be affected by COVID-19, who are who were at Black Lives Matter's protests. So he's trying to help people who were at Black Lives Matter's protests and contracted COVID-19. So you can find a link to that in the description. Second, there is there's the bar that Stuart and I usually produce this show at. That is Shakers on Clark. Shakers on Clark has a GoFundMe as well to try to collect tips for their bar staff. They're unfortunately not able to keep themselves open at this time, and they're also just a great bar. They're a great patron of the arts. They do a lot of events there usually when things are not in the global pandemic. That includes, they have open mics, they have our show, which is, comedy variety. I'm sure they've probably had music there before, and they do karaoke, I know. So if you are currently having a beverage at home, alcoholic or non, mine is non-alcoholic, but you might have them out. You can give that money that maybe you would have given to the bar. You can give it to that GoFundMe, maybe, So next, there is the gym, Bodi Shak. Bodi Shak is a really great Black-owned business serving uptown. I really think they have really great classes. Unfortunately, they did have to close down their classes, but they are doing some kind of limited open gym, they call it. And in that, you can just do your own workout in the gym, and you have access to all their equipment, and they're also limiting numbers during that time, so you can stay safe and also get your workout and get out of the house. Last and certainly not least, there is First Sip Cafe. First Sip Cafe is a really great coffee and tea shop in Chicago, in Asia and Argyle. I have a link in the description to get gift cards. Really recommend them. All the information on all these places in the gift cards. Also, if these places are not local to you, I really recommend that you go out and you go support your own local businesses. Things that are local to you, I'm sure those have meaning to you, and you probably want to see them stick around during this global pandemic. Yeah, back to you, Stuart.
Thank you so much, Dan. So I'm going to run down tonight's acts a little bit out of order. Normally, I do the rundown backwards, but I felt the need to kind of mention who our special guests are this evening. Our first special guest this evening is the host and producer of Those Are the Days, which can be heard on 90.9 FM WDCB right here in Chicago and around the world at WDCB.org. He'll be here to talk about the golden age of radio, the accompanying magazine, Nostalgia Digest. Steve Darnall is here this evening.
Woo!
Right after Steve Darnall, we have Chris Fair and the Laser Comedy Show.
Woohoo!
Right after Chris Fair, we have stand-up comedy from Alexandra Tsarpalas.
Woo!
And of course, right after Alexandra Tsarpalas, we have the Flower Shop Bangers.
Woo!
But leading us off this evening, we first met this art ensemble in July 2019. They are from the streets of Scarborough, Ontario, and they are going to perhaps delight us and perhaps provoke us with their fascinating art. Please welcome the Ravens Hollow County Players.
Quoth the raven, jamais.
Welcome all who enjoy laughing, turn off this video now. There will be no laughter. You have entered Raven's Hollow, a place of dread and despair, aka Ontario, Canada. Oh, Canada. We have won multiple awards. We are not ashamed of winning. We are not capitalists. We are not socialists. We are comediists. We will perform for you, but we will not perform for you. We need a one-word suggestion from those in this Zoom room.
Shrimp.
I heard shrimp. And they who talked, I need a suggestion of your least favorite color.
Red.
And those who just talked, I need a suggestion of your least favorite popular song.
Oh.
Baby Shark.
I heard acapella and Baby Shark. The improv will commence. If we hear you laughing over the internet, we will murder you. We are from Canada.
I was just but a babe. I did sing one song. The song was this of a gingerbread man who ran and who died and who was gone.
Hello, sister.
No, it's not you.
It is. It's Eric, your brother.
Eric. Eric, no. You promised me. You promised me you wouldn't remind me of the gingerbread house.
How can I not remind you when I look just like it?
It's I. I am still in the gingerbread house. Eric, can you find me again?
I found you once beneath the bridge. Oh, where'd you go? You know I can't see blue.
I'm back.
Oh, there you are. Oh, Johnny. I found you under that bridge, and we met the gingerbread man, and he taught us to tell fortunes of the less fortunate. We promised ourselves that we would always open a bake shop one day in Madagascar.
There are 4 riddles that he once gave us. The 3 that I lost, and the 1 that you've won. That's why I'm trapped here in this house.
Scene.
And now, a Canadian reproduction of the movie Jaws, originally an American hit. Mayor, what is wrong? Tell me what is wrong on these beaches, Mayor.
We must find the blood and bake it.
Mayor, we shall not shut down these beaches, for there is a shark, the great god of the sea in there, and we must sacrifice our town to it.
We will feed the beast with the blood we have baked.
Mayor, you are portrayed by the great actor Richard Dreyfuss.
Shark.
But our vessel is not enough.
We cut to the boring scene in this Canadian version of Jaws. In this scene, the mayor and the unnamed long-haired hippie man are eating ramen noodles. We cut to the end scene in Jaws, where the shark is gnawing on some ramen noodles. What you didn't know is there were two sharks. That is Canadian Jaws scene!
Bing, bing, bing.
Huh, welcome to Chicago.
Bing,
Welcome.
bing, bing.
Welcome to Chicago.
Sauce
You've
is-
arrived in Chicago.
The sauce is on top of my pizza.
This is the brown mine train.
Welcome to Chicago.
The sauce is on top of my pizza.
Oh boy, I made it. I'm in Chicago.
Want some
I'm on the
popcorn?
Brown
Welcome.
Line train. I can't wait. I'm gonna live my life.
You've arrived at the inner loop. Welcome to Chicago.
The sauce. The sauce is on top of my pizza.
I need the Dunkin' Donuts now.
Oh, I love Lake Michigan because I enjoy acrobatics in the water.
The wind. It blows into
I
me.
enjoy nothing.
The sauce is on top of my pizza.
The bean is mean.
Welcome to Chicago.
And scene. Thank you. That was a recreation of our original commercial pitch for the Board of Tourism of Chicago. We entered that piece in the year 2007, and we were declined.
Failure is not an option. I won't fail. Failure is not an option. I won't fail.
But have you ever tried it? It's very nice. It's very nice to fail.
I've never failed and I will never fail. I have never failed and I will never fail.
Honey, sweetie, you come from a whole line of failures. Your father was a failure. I'm a failure. And honestly, we haven't done a lot to help our genetic pool.
Whore! Whore!
We're meant to fail. That's for sure. We're meant to fail. Like I think we're meant to fail a lot. I mean, we need to support each other in our failure, and that's how we know how to live.
Families do that through thick and thin, sweetie. I seem to be trapped in the closet.
I can't help you right now because I can't see you. I think my camera's.
I am not failing. I am winning. I am succeeding. I am success. I am every motivational speaker's wet dream.
If you have not failed, you have failed to live.
Scene.
Dad, I'm thinking about ending my life.
Yeah, I always thought you were a go-getter.
Scene.
There was a demon. He was after me. I didn't know what to do. He would chase me. There's nowhere to hide. It's very dark. The demon.
Hey, hey. I know that these friends really aren't a good time to ask for like favors, but I've never been kissed before. Would you kiss me? I've been seeing you up at the lockers, and you have this really cool sticker on your locker. I think it's Lucy.
Kiss her.
I don't have the key.
Kiss her. Kiss her.
Kiss her.
I don't
Kiss her.
have the keys.
Kiss me.
Now kiss her.
But I will find.
Bean.
Life as a shrimp is hard, isn't it, brother shrimp?
Sure is.
And I am also a shrimp.
Yes,
you
you have
are.
said as much. Listen, brother shrimp, I feel like I need a better life. I need to move on.
The cocktail bowl has everything we need. There's no beyond.
No,
Maybe we should krill ourselves.
no, I need more. I need to ascend. I need to be the shrimp who ascended.
You need a different sauce.
I need your sauces, brother. Put your sauces into this bowl.
Is this yet another mass suicide shrimp thing? We're known
Brother.
for this.
Brother, I don't appreciate your sarcasm.
Take my sauce into your bowl. Take my sauce into your bowl.
Oh my.
Now I'll make a joke like I see on American television. I'll give you my sauce if you'll give me my boxers back.
Shrimp brother, I slap thee! Shrimp brothers, you have forsaken me. I must go. I must ascend.
No, don't ascend just yet.
I want to
You're
be
taking me with you.
more. I want to see I'm dancing, walking around on those, what do you call them? Oh, feet.
You're the most beautiful weirdo I've ever seen.
Scene. Wait, did you say scene?
Wait, did you say scene?
Did you? He said scene, and then
No,
we,
you said scene.
Wait, I thought you said scene.
Scene.
when we say scene, the scene is over.
We thought we said curtain.
Now we need to start again.
We start again.
This is Canadian rules.
Canadian rules. Canadian improv rules. We must start the scene again.
I was saying spleen.
Grout.
Has anyone seen my spleen?
Grout, you are out. Ladies and gentlemen, you have witnessed history. We have eliminated our very first comedian improver. They are no longer with us in Canadian improv. Grout is out. Grout is out. Grout is out.
Out goes the grout, goes the grout, goes the grout. Out goes the grout, and we're out, and we're out.
Scene. Grout, that was just a scene. You're still in. Next scene.
I doubt that this is everything that we could be about.
But we could be about so much. We're best friends. We're lovers. We're daydreamers. We're co-workers. We're cohabitants. We're human beings. We're souls. We are everything. It's what we're about.
Yeah.
What this woman did not know was that this man was in war. Not currently in war, but in the past war.
I believe we could be more.
We could be butterscotches and buttercream pies and my grandmother's.
I am the past war.
What if we shot the enemy?
Shoot!
Hey everyone, World War III. How's it going?
Hello.
Yeah. I just can't wait for you to get here. It's going to be great.
I will join you when the time comes.
That's
Have you remembered your
that
trauma?
works, buddy. You're going to be sucked in with all the rest. You
That's
can't
when the
hold
two
yourself
wars.
back.
That's when the two wars, the future World War III and the past war, fought together in a world war of wars. Cut to that.
So you're from the future, right?
No, I am from the past.
Yeah, I feel like the whole thing changes when it's just us.
It
You know,
does.
when
It
it's just
does.
the wars and the little insignificant peon.
Bean! The light.
Scene. Thank you very much. That was our set. We will now have a 1-minute talk back. So anyone in the audience, please, all of Ravens Hollow, show yourselves. Anyone in the audience or anyone in this room, please ask us questions about what you just witnessed, and you're welcome.
Where do you get your inspiration from?
We get our inspiration from our hometown of Ravens Hollow. Would you like to answer further, Irette?
I get my inspiration from the existential dread, from all of the crises that weigh upon me.
Irette has been touted as one of our funniest members. Next question, please.
How Canadian are you?
We can speak French, and we also love ketchup chips. Next question, please.
There's a question from the Facebook feed. It's snow ?
Oh, no. No.
No! Not so!
No!
No!
No! God damn it! Put it down! Put it down!
The Ravens Hollow County players, everyone.
Was that a no on the snow?
From Scarborough, Ontario. Thank you, everyone. That was certainly a bewildering and alienating experience.
Yes, it was.
Yes. I was certainly unnerved.
A little bit, yeah. No, it was quite something.
So we have our interview guest on deck, but we do have a couple of pieces of business first. So Dan and I are used to hosting this show in a bar. You know, it's free comedy. You know, people get blotto at the bar, and they get to see free entertainment. And we try to make the show as interactive as possible. However, we've had to adjust that during the pandemic and everything like that. So we check in with our Facebook Live audience. Dan, besides that haunting inquiry, does anyone have any comments, concerns, constructive criticism, anything to that effect?
No, I don't see really any of that, but I do see a lot of shout-outs that should be given to people I see commenting and liking the feed. There was a lot of love for Ravens Hollow County players, and that came from people like Mark Romanowski, Alex Weller, Michelle Billich, Eva Lorraine, and Matt Cole. Thank you all. I also see that one person did like the YouTube stream, so that's a lot of fun. If you yourself are at home and you would like a shout out, or you would just like to maybe encourage the performers, you can leave either a comment on YouTube if you're watching there, or you can like or comment on the Facebook feed. Thank you all for watching.
All right, and thank you so much for tuning in. We sincerely appreciate it. Also, if you have missed any part of the show so far this evening, it will be archived on the Flower Shop Bangers Facebook page right after this show ends, which will be probably somewhere around 8:20, 8:25 Chicago time this evening. When Dan and I moved to Shakers, it was a little over 2 years ago, we began a campaign to save Chicago Barprov. So, in a nutshell, there used to be shows, like I mentioned before, free improv shows in bars all over the north side of the city. Dan and I first cut our teeth at the Underground Lounge in Wrigleyville, but there used to be shows at venues like Mullins and Crocodile Lounge, AJ Hudson's, and the Horseshoe. And this is something that was definitely flowering in the early and mid 2010s. And one by one, those shows started getting canceled, or the bars started going out of business, or people just started moving in a completely different direction. You could also say that the saturation of improv in the city also played a part. So when Dan and I moved to Shakers in July 2018, we kind of took it upon ourselves to kind of carry the flag of the very concept of barprov. And when the pandemic initially halted our show, I think it was down to our show at Shakers and another show at the Holiday Club on Irving Park Road. However, we've always tried to support our performers, and as an incentive for our audience as well, we have set up this improv tip jar. I designed it myself. It's plastic and duct tape.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, yes. At the moment, there are $11 inside the tip jar, exactly $11 in singles and change, which means that split between our 11 performers tonight, everyone is going home with a tip of $1.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Just think, with that money, Dan, you could spend 20 seconds of one class at Second City.
That's correct. That's correct.
Yes. We did not tell any of our performers prior to this was a paying gig. So if you're enjoying tonight's show, please donate. Please support us financially. My Venmo and Dan's
below
Venmo
it's below you.
are
You know.
beneath me. Sorry.
Below you, yeah.
Sometimes it's above me, sometimes it's beneath me. It's like it's in the black butter
Sorry.
box.
I can move it above you.
Oh, okay, sure, thank you. So right above me is my Venmo as well as Dan's Venmo.
Yep.
And you're welcome to chip into the show as it goes on. Without further ado, since 2009, our interview guest this evening has been the host of Those Are the Days, a show that we inherited from Radio Hall of Famer Chuck Shaden. The show continues to air Saturdays at 1 Central, right here in Chicago on 90.9 FM WDCB, as well as WDCB.org. He is also celebrating his 15th year as the editor of Nostalgia Digest, the quarterly magazine that's connected to Those Are the Days. He is a multi-hyphenate talent, absolutely fascinating man. Please welcome to our show, Steve Darnall.
Howdy, Stuart. Hi, Dan.
Hello, Steve. Glad to have you.
Thank you so much for inviting me to join you. I have to say I was really impressed by the improvisational comedy of Canada.
Oh yes, yes.
My friend Jay Stevens, the cartoonist, used to say that I was a Canadian trapped in an American's body, and I didn't understand what he meant until tonight. So.
I think it's like that extra bone that Canadians have in their hands. I don't know.
I think so, yeah. My only question was if they thought Tim Hortons could make it stateside, but I don't think that was an appropriate question given.
I was going to say they only have 2 locations left in Michigan.
That's right. Holy cow. Anyway.
So, Steve, glad to have you. Man, I'm not sure where to begin. So, if memory serves me right, you did the voiceover for a number of Sargento's string cheese commercials in the late 90s. I'm sure, people probably walk up to you in the street and say, "Hey, it's the cheese guy.
No.
I bought string cheese because of you."
No, although you joke, but in fact, yeah, my big voiceover contribution was on behalf of Klondike Ice Cream about 20 odd years ago. And it was as close as I ever came to working directly with Gary Coleman, because
Really?
I had to do the voiceover for a commercial involving an actor playing William Shakespeare, who was asked if he would write a sitcom for a Klondike bar. And then, of course, the show The Klondike Bar, which is supposed to make anybody want to do anything, at which point in the commercial, Gary Coleman walks in, and that's the punchline. So never met him, never even saw him, but we're in the same commercial. And it's probably somewhere on YouTube.
What you talking about, York?
Exactly. Oh, man. But yes, and of course, you and I used to be together every Saturday over at WDCB until this.
That's correct. So for full disclosure, I've been acquainted with Steve for about 15 years. We first met in person, I want to say it was at the WDCB Winter Gala in 2009. That was the night that Chuck announced that he was retiring.
That's right.
Yeah, so it's crazy to think that it's been almost 12 years.
Yeah, and it's amazing to think that he felt the show could continue, and I was flattered beyond words to think that I could be the one to do it. But thankfully, as you know, the radio shows from this era, from the 30s and 40s and 50s, they do an awful lot of the work.
Indeed.
Because so many of them are still tremendously entertaining and imaginative.
Mm-hmm.
And even the ones that aren't, they're historically fascinating, So it's I remember Joel Hodgson once described Mystery Science Theater as the equivalent of there's this haunted house in your neighborhood and no one really knows what's inside, but we're going to go in with you.
Mm-hmm.
And that's kind of how it feels, in the sense that, this is all 75-year-old stuff. So yeah, it may look weird and unfamiliar when you hear it, but
Mm-hmm.
it's okay because I'll be here with you and maybe we can make some sense of it together.
In
And
some
yeah,
cases,
still-
80 years old.
Yeah, 80, in some cases 90, my goodness. Yeah, we've
Yes.
got shows coming up from 1929 and the 1930s, and
Mm-hmm.
people are still discovering these shows, which is tremendous.
And for those of you who are also unfamiliar, this is a show that celebrates the golden age of radio. We do have people tuning in tonight, obviously from Ravens County, Ontario, but also Norfolk, Virginia, and I want to say some people that are going to be presently tuning in from Wisconsin, Indiana as well. It could be. I do fear and wonder if it's possible that some people thought the show ended with Chuck.
Oh, yeah. Well, people have sometimes been very directly saying that to me. No, I think, well, what's interesting, is a lot of people sort of forgot it was on. Sometimes they'll say that. I mean, I think when the show moved from to a suburban station, maybe that, I don't know. But the fact is, I'm also sort of fascinated by the people, I realize we reach tens of thousands of people on a given Saturday,
Mm-hmm.
but that still leaves us a couple 100 million who don't know who we are.
Mm-hmm.
So one of the great things I've been able to do is speak at, before the pandemic, I was going to libraries and retirement centers and talking about radio and telling people about the show. And of course, here are people who maybe even if some have lived in Chicago their whole lives and didn't know there was a show like this. So, it's an ongoing crusade, for lack of a better term, to just sort of remind everybody that this is a whole world and it still lives on somewhere. And I'm really thrilled. Chicago is a pretty good city for old time radio. And I'm really
indeed.
glad.
And, adding on to the library tours that you've done, you're not just hosting and introducing these old episodes of Fibber McGee and Molly and Jack Benny and Suspense, but you've been doing historical presentations at public libraries in the Chicago area.
Yeah, basically, yes. It's me and a collection of sound clips from certain shows or performers, and it's been great fun because, as I say, you get to let people know that this stuff is out there. For some people, of course, these are memories. For people like you and I who weren't there, this is history. And over the years, I've had different people ask, if would you have a presentation that would work in our this summer our library is looking at the Great American Songbook, and I thought, yeah, we could do that. And some people have said, do you have anything for Halloween? And I said, yes, of course we do. And then you think about how you're going to put that together. So yeah, at the moment, we offer 7 different presentations related to different aspects of radio history. The big one this month, as you can imagine, is about radio and the holidays. And we're, like everybody, we're not going out in public, but thanks to Zoom and Facebook Live and platforms like that, we're getting to speak through libraries all over the country.
Yes, indeed. It's been almost like a mixed blessing because, it's like you'd have to drive it all the way out to maybe say like Palos Park or Palos Heights or Richmond Park or something like that. And now you could just, now you could do like a Zoom presentation and it's, somewhere like say Des Moines, Iowa or Norfolk, Virginia or something.
Absolutely. Yeah. This month we've got a bunch of these. And yes, some of them are in the suburbs of Chicago. Some of them are in St. Louis and Mesa, Arizona and Coppell, Texas. Yeah, you're right.
Texas.
It would be
wow.
Yes. And you're right. These are places that would be quite a drive. And of course, yes, it's unfortunate that it doesn't feel like a great idea to go out and mingle, but yeah, at the same time, you just pretty much slide down. It's like the opening of the Batman show. I just run over to the pole, slide down I get to the bottom of the pole. I'm wearing my dress suit and I'm ready to present. So, yeah, it's been great fun and a chance to, again, reach audiences who otherwise wouldn't necessarily know who we are. And that's always a thrill. I mean, that's what you guys are doing too. So
for sure. And you know what they say, today Coppell, tomorrow Galveston.
Yes, well, it's funny. I actually went to college in San Antonio, Texas, and I'll admit I'm kind of surprised that they don't know if they are booking Zoom presentations, but you work your way around the state, and there's a lot of libraries in Texas, as you can imagine. So,
quite a few, yes, even though it's mostly Louis L'Amour novels.
Well, and John Wayne movies on DVD. It's all good.
Yes, and the occasional Roy Rogers. Texas stereotypes aside, I do mention that you are a little bit of a polymath. I mentioned your work in voiceover. Again, you've been hosting a show on public radio for the last 11 and a half years. But you also happen to be a writer for Marvel Comics.
Yes. This all began a long, long time ago, thanks to my dear friend, Alex Ross. He and I collaborated about 30 years ago on a Human Torch story that ended up sort of being the basis for the comic book that became Marvels, which he did with Kurt Busiek. And Alex and I have worked together a few times over the years, and it's always been a great joy. And yeah, he called me up about writing dialogue for a Doctor Strange story in this anthology that he was putting together, which would be simply called Marvel. And I wrote this little Doctor Strange piece, and it was an absolute delight, of course, because that's a favorite character of mine. And the second issue, the first issue I think came out in February, and the second one came out last week because all the comic stores were closed for 7 months. But it's got some tremendous talent in there. I think Dan Brereton has done a story, and oh my God, I don't have the list in front of me. I think Adam Hughes is doing something, Hilary Barta from here in Chicago. So a lot of really great talent. And like I say, my story is intended as sort of a framing device to all the other stories. So not quite like the Crypt Keeper, but yes, I'm in and I'm out. And it's been great fun, of course, because the work of people like Steve Ditko and Stan Lee and Jack Kirby remains so utterly fascinating after all these years.
Oh, indeed. It holds up pretty well.
It's really, I was very grateful for the chance to put my name on that particular roll call, even to this small extent that I have.
Okay, so we have just a little bit of time left. I also want to kind of touch base about the Nostalgia Digest magazine that ties in with those of the days.
Sure.
And you just so happen to have looks like
I just happen to have one here. This is the new issue, and yes, cover story about the lovely and recently departed Olivia de Havilland. Inside, there are articles about The Shadow and Nelson Eddy and Jeanette MacDonald and famous toys from Christmases past. I know you probably can't see a lot of these, but I'm sure someone will recognize the Viewmaster. And
I can see the Etch-a-Sketch.
Yeah. This is a publication that, as you point out, my predecessor, Chuck Shaden, started back in the 70s. And we've always been devoted to the idea that nostalgia is a fairly broad umbrella. So obviously it's produced in connection with our radio show, but thankfully it's got room for articles about movies and about music and about, things like famous toys of the 20th century and even personal recollections. Like, actually, this is something I think that people of many generations will appreciate. There's an article about mimeograph machines. And Stuart, I know that you, as a substitute teacher, you may have had some experience with these.
Oh yeah, with the hand crank. Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I remember student teaching in the 1980s, and those were still a going concern before the rise of the personal computer.
Mm-hmm.
And I do remember, yes, you type everything up, and God help you if you made a typographical error, because you'd have to go in there with a razor blade or something and, scrape it out. But yeah, thankfully, there's room for all kinds of stories about the past. And thankfully, we get to talk about some of those on the radio show. And of course, I would be remiss in the beginning of December if I didn't say that a subscription makes an outstanding gift.
Oh, indeed. And if I'm not mistaken, you offer 1 and 2 year subscriptions, correct?
Yes. 1 year is 4 64-page issues for $17. 2 years is 8 issues for $30. And shall I give the website, or do you want to save that for
Actually, I already made sure it's posted up there.
Hey, fantastic. All right. Yeah, so it's still, I've said this to you before, it's sort of like having a job where you lay baseball cards out on the floor to make a team.
Mm-hmm.
It's still that kind of enjoyable. And like I say, obviously I'm sorry that, all the ways for us to be together aren't quite as up close and personal as we're used to. But thankfully, yes, I have a job that involves me playing radio shows and putting together a magazine. So staying at home has worked out in that respect.
Indeed, and it sounds like, in that regard, you're almost living your best life.
So far, so good. Although, like most people, I've eaten a lot more than I would normally. But it's nice to be able to keep doing the things you love, and that's why I'm so glad that you guys are getting to do this. I know it's not the same as doing it in a bar or in a theater, but it's great that there are so many ways for us to be together, even when a pandemic means we can't actually be together. Very
true, Steve. Well, thank you so much for taking time out of your hectic schedule to talk with us. For those of you who may have missed the first part of the interview, this was Steve Darnall, the host of Those Are the Days, which is every Saturday at 1 p.m. Central Time on 90.9 FM WDCB. And you can listen online at wdcb.org, or you can listen to archived shows at nostalgiadigest.com. Steve, the pleasure was mine.
Oh, Stuart, thank you so much. It's great to see you again, and my best to you and Dan and everybody. Thank you for this chance to be with you, a precursor to the holiday season. This is probably the best Christmas party I will attend.
Oh, and probably mine too.
Okay.
Yes.
Guys, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Steve. All right, Dan, do we have any updates on the Facebook Live feed?
Yes, I thought I would give some updates. So there are some shout outs that I have. One is for Anna Sosa, one is for Megan Constantini, and one is for Nora Pointer. Also thought I'd give a special shout out to Megan Constantini because she donated to the tip jar. And that's always very nice. She's also my cousin, so that's fun. And we just got another like from Michael Yeager. Thank you, Michael. And yeah, that's just about it.
So as it happens, our improv tip jar is now at $31, which means that splitting the pot 11 ways, all of our performers tonight are getting at least $2.90. Yes, just think, that'll pay for about 5 minutes of one class at Second City. Keep supporting the cause, and we certainly hope you are enjoying the show. Before we get to our next act, I just want to I completely forgot to mention this in our last show on the 22nd. Our next 2 shows are theme shows. We're celebrating Hanukkah a little early, and we're going to be making a kind of a 2-night extravaganza. So next Sunday and next Wednesday, all of our performers are Jewish, and we're calling it 10 Jews, 1 Stew. We were going to call it
the one stew.
Yes. Hi, everybody. Hello. Good evening. We were going to call it the Goyim Gauntlet, but we were afraid of legal action. But it should be a fun show. We're going to have 7 stand-up comedians, 2 musicians, and I'm going to be interviewing film critic Danielle Salzman. So please make sure to check that out. That's next Sunday and next Wednesday at 7 Central. Without further ado, our next act has been in our remote show twice before. He is a dear, dear old friend of ours. I first met him at I.O. Chicago in fall 2010. He does a very distinct and unique solo improv show that he has performed in 20 different states and 7 different countries. I mean, it's really just, while we're on subject of things that are going to blow your mind, please welcome back to our show, The Laser Comedy Show.
Hey, Laser. Hey, everyone. My name's Chris Fair. This is the Laser Comedy Show. Stu, can I share my screen?
Yes.
Awesome. So before I hit that up, can I have a suggestion of anything at all?
Chicken
From anyone
wing.
at all? Chicken wing. All right. Okay, cool. And yeah, I'm gonna go with that. And now I'm gonna share my screen. Meow. All right. Usually it's a lot bigger. And if you hear a dog bark, don't worry about it.
Hi, Barry.
I'm gonna hit record on this and see how that works. Oh, it's working. Oh shit. Where's the dog? There he is. I'm just so worried. Just so worried. What are you so worried about, Abigail? Oh, I'm just worried that all my chickens, all my babies, they're never gonna meet their father. Did you and Daryl break up? Yes, we broke up. He just roosted me out. And now it's just me and my. Oh, I'm gonna look at him. Don't look at him, Abigail. I'm gonna look at him. Don't look at him. My poor babies. Don't worry about us. Yeah, we're good. Yeah, we're nice and toasty. Oh my God, my babies are speaking to me. Oh my God, Abigail, that's amazing. Hey, what's up? Hey, Hey, Mom, is that our dad? Is it? Yes, I am your father. Oh. You're our dad? Wow. I don't even know what a dad really is. I'm super excited. Me too. I'm never gonna hatch. That's an awkward smile. So anyways, who here's gonna who here is gonna I'm never gonna hatch because we were all just pawns in the game of industry. All we're gonna do is get heated up and get real hot, and then there's gonna take us from our mother. And then refrigerate us, make us super, super cold, make us so cold that we're gonna never hatch. And then what happens? And then what happens? What happens then? And then they're gonna boil us super hot. I mean, you're not gonna want to go into that boiling water. You'll be on the tip trying to save yourself. But then you get flicked. Ah! 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 Boil, 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 boil. Flames. No! Ah. And then what happens? Yeah, and then what happens? And then they crack you open. Oh, oh, oh. Yes, they crack you open. Not with a hammer. Not with a sledgehammer. Not with hard knock facts. They crack you open on the side of a plate. Oh. A plate? A plate? What's a plate? It doesn't matter. What matters now is what we do with the lives we have now. Are we even alive yet? That doesn't matter. Ooh, best chicken beak all day so far. And what will happen to me, honey? What will happen to your dear old mother when she's worried sick about you? Worried sick, my poor babies. My poor babies that are in my nest, all snuggle warm. They're gonna take you from me, and then Abigail, calm down. I'm not calm. My entire world is being shattered. Like what they're gonna do with the eggs. You're not helping. Sorry. What will they do to me? Baby, what will they do to me? What? Well, you don't want to know. I do want to know. I am your mother, and you can tell me the truth. Mom. First, they're going to pluck out all your feathers. With you still alive. Then, you don't want to know. Tell me. Well, they're gonna. I can't say it. They're gonna turn you into the headless horseman. But that won't stop you. You're gonna run around. You're gonna run around without your head, and then they're gonna chop off your boobs and your wings and your legs. You're just gonna be in pieces, Mom. In pieces.
Oh no.
I can't even. Even? What are the odds? What are the odds we can break out of this place? We have to do it. We have to. Abigail, that's crazy. No, it's not. My husband roosted me. I'm going to roost this farm. Let's do it. Let's run away. Let's get out of here. You guys don't even have any legs. So So I can hop. He can hop. I can hop too. We can all hop. Well, Abigail, not so crazy after all. Let's do this. I don't know. Choo-choo, choo-choo, choo-choo. Do 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 down 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 down.
The Laser Comedy Show.
Wow! And they escaped! Yay!
Thank you so much, Chris. That is always a delight. And you can find more information about the Laser Comedy Show at lasercomedyshow.com.
Oh yeah. And I got some laser active shirts. Email me lasercomedyshow lasercomedyshow@gmail.com. And I got laser comedy shirts that you can buy or get for gifts. They're really cool. I'm gonna put my email here. Also, bookings available.
Bookings available. It's an excellent Christmas present too. You can tell I'm a Christmas spirit. I mean, I've already decorated my room for Christmas.
Good work. Yeah.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. But I'm gonna have to take everything down and put stuff up for the Hanukkah show next week. Dan, any updates on the news feed? I should say on the live feed.
Sure. I thought I'd give a couple of shout outs to Haley Daniels and Foxy Grandpa. Yeah. So yeah.
That's my girlfriend.
Yep. So anyway, I thought I would also say that if you are sitting at home and you've enjoyed the show and you maybe want to watch it, let's say we have an upcoming show this Sunday. You can like the Flower Shop Bangers on Facebook or subscribe to us on YouTube. Either one, and you will be able to keep up to date with our shows and, hopefully tune in for the next one because, we have good acts, new opening acts every week, and they're always good. Back to you, Stuart.
Thank you so much, Dan. And also want to take a moment to update the improv tip jar. We are now at about $41, which means each of our performers tonight are going home with about $3.72. So thank you for your continued support, everyone. All right. Without further ado, our one stand-up comedian of the evening, kind of a weird thing to say considering that normally our shows are pretty heavy on stand-up. Our one comic of the evening is originally from the North Suburbs and has been in our show before. She's also in the before times was everywhere from Strip Joker to hamburgers. Please welcome back to our show, Alexandra Tsarpalas.
Hey, thanks for having me. It is weird to be the only stand-up comic on a lineup. That's like quite a privilege. I do want to give a shout out to all of the birds that have participated this evening. It's been a bird heavy show, and I was also inspired that Steve was like petting his cat while he was talking to you. So I've just brought out this little bird that I can pet while I'm performing. So I fit in. I don't want to be the only one without a bird. Embarrassing. Right up top, I just want to mention that I left my closet behind me just slightly ajar, so that you'll be watching that the whole time, just in case like it moves. Do let me know because it shouldn't move, and then also it can take away looking directly at my fatigued face here my pandemic face. I just got rid of my sister wife hair, which is a shame. I had grown my hair out quite a bit because of the pandemic, and my bangs are starting to grow out, so I could put it back. The only problem is I don't know how to French braid, so I cut it all off, and now I don't have to join a cult. So that's great news for me. Was thinking about it. I mean, that would be like instant friends in a time where you don't get to see your friends. So I get the appeal at this time, but cults have gotten a bad rap lately, and I can see why. Um, it's the hair mostly. Um, by the way, I forgot to say to Steve, I think he logged off, that this is the close as I'm ever going to get to working with Gary Coleman. Also, he was Gary Coleman adjacent, and I wish I had been someday, one day. R.I.P. Gary Coleman, our homie. Yeah. So the COVIDs. I'm so glad that no one else has had to talk about it during this show. But in stand-up world, you kind of have to talk about the stuff that's happening right now. And there's a lot of things I miss. There's a lot of things I don't miss. I do miss that lady on the Red Line platform at Addison. So they for some reason they don't have like their professional voiceover artists there. They have just some lady who works for the CTA doing the announcement. And I really, really miss the announcement where she goes, "A Red Line train from the loop is approaching shortly." And she just says that over and over again in her beautiful nasal Chicago tone. And I miss that. I don't miss the smell of the CTA. That's something that I never want to have to experience ever again. But speaking of birds, I do miss the birds on the CTA. There was one day where I was standing out waiting for a train. I was under a heat lamp, so I felt like, ooh, things are looking up. It's cold outside, but I'm under a heat lamp. I can do anything. And I was just waiting there, and a pigeon walked up and then was waiting with me under the heat lamp. And I was like, okay, well, this is fun. And then we were waiting a little longer. The pigeon's like looking forward at the tracks. I'm like, okay, so maybe he's commuting today, I guess. And the train pulled up, the doors open, I get in, and then the pigeon steps in next to me. And I was like, okay, this is whimsical. This is like a British children's book, basically. Me commuting with an adorable pigeon on my subway train. And then I went to the right and found a seat, and he went to the left and immediately started eating a chicken wing on the floor. So that kind of ruined the whimsy a little bit when the pigeons start cannibalizing. So gross. So gross. Poor pigeon. Poor pigeon. That reminds me of another thing I don't miss about the before times, and that's potlucks. That was a really bad idea. They are just disgusting. It's a great way to get food poisoning. If you're into food poisoning, try a buffet. I actually don't know why we hadn't banned that previously. Like, the more I find out about other people, the more I realize like no one understands food safety. And there's a lot of like questionably cleaned dishes, kitchens where food is prepared and cats' butts have been on the counter. And I just feel like most people like shouldn't be trusted with that. I don't know why you'd want to do a potluck. One of my friends, she got food poisoning from corned beef and cabbage on a St. Patrick's Day potluck and has sworn them off ever since. And frankly, like I can't imagine now ever eating any food that I didn't prepare myself. No, I'm just kidding. I get takeouts all the time. And I just won't do a buffet or a potluck. Buffets were terrifying. Like, what were we thinking? Like, did you need solid, like solidified macaroni and cheese that badly that you were going to go to a buffet? And the fact that there were chocolate fountains at Golden Corral, I believe that was the location that had the chocolate fountain. Like, oh dear Lord. The only thing I can think of is that it would improve our immune systems. I have an autoimmune disorder. Hey. And so I was thinking like, and really bad allergies. And I was like, oh, maybe I should have gone to more of those. Would that have helped? Would that have helped me? I'll ask my doctor next time I'm there. See what they think. In lieu of allergy shots, I'm going to Golden Corral. I don't know. May work, may not work. Yeah, I have a million allergies. I have celiac disease. I work at a gluten-free bakery, so that works out in my favor. The only thing that's bad about a gluten-free bakery is customers, and they come in all the time. They just don't stop. I like most of them. We've got a lot of really nice regular customers, and we've got lots of people that I can relate to. We get a lot of cute kids that come in, and they are also gluten-free, and they're excited to see all the treats and meet other gluten-free people. But the folks that I don't get along with really are old people. Despite me having all of the same hobbies as old people, I love a good crossword. I watch the Golden Girls. I eat prunes all the time. Love me some prunes. And V8. V8 is my jam. I've always loved V8 ever since I was a little kid. So I've been an old person from day one, but me and the old people, we clash. And they call with like, sweetie, you're not listening to me. I want 2 sugar cookies for the day before Thanksgiving, and I'm just gonna walk in and get them, or you can bring them to my car, and I am going to park vertically across the driveway so no one can get in or out, and I'm going to get in a fight with the other customers. So that's fun. That's fun to talk to those people. I have found that because I've been washing my hands so much that my hands are starting to look like a 90-year-old. It's kind of amazing. You may not be able to tell from there, but it's what my future will be on my hands. I don't need palm reading. I literally can just look at any part of my hands and be like, oh yeah, someday I'll be old. And I still have elasticity in my skin though. Look at that. Look at it go. Amazing. Something I don't miss in these pandemic times, clowns. We don't have to interact with clowns in real life right now at all. Like you could watch a movie with a scary clown, or, like if you like clown antics, you can seek that out, but they're not coming to find you. Like when you're at the 4th of July parade in Morton Grove, say, and the clowns are coming down the street and you step away because you don't really like clowns, but you don't want to make a big scene and it's also hot outside. So you're going to sit in the shade and drink some water. And then the head clown comes out of the parade to talk to you and says, don't be afraid of us. We're just clowns. We're just trying to make people happy. And then hands you his business card, and it's got a picture of him surrounded by children. So that doesn't happen as much now as it did back in the day. Glad about that, because now I can't go back to Morton Grove. Certainly not their 4th of July parade, because it's too terrifying. I do think this pandemic was caused by Taco Bell changing their menu. And I realized that happened after the pandemic started, but wasn't it probably in the works before that? They took away my beloved tostada that I've been eating my whole life. And as a gluten-free person, one of the limited things I can eat in the fast food world. So that was a real depressing moment, a real low in this pandemic. A lot of sad things happening, but like Taco Bell was like, you know what? Let's just make it a little bit sadder for everybody. How about that? I don't know what they've replaced it with. I refuse to go. So their loss. I know that they loved when me and my friend showed up. We would go get drinks in fancy outfits and then we'd go eat at Taco Bell. So that was fun. It was usually drunk guys picking fights with them. So I think it was a pleasant change from the usual clientele. But it's almost my time. There was one more thing I was going to say. Oh, yeah. I really wish that someone had given me the heads up about like the possibility of like this year being so apocalyptic, because I kind of look like Linda Hamilton and I really would have gotten into like amazing shape and then grown out my hair, cut my hair long, got my bangs in my eyes, and just like walked around and scared the shit out of people. It would have been kind of amazing, but alas, none of us knew 2020 would be the 2020th. Oh well. Thank you for having me on your show.
Alexandra Tsarpalas. Thank you. And I can definitely relate to the dry out skin for sure. So thank you to Alexandra. Thank you to all of our performers tonight, to the Ravens Hollow County players, to Chris Fair and Laser Comedy Show, to Steve Darnall, who had to cut out. Thank you, Steve, for taking time out of your hectic schedule. Dan, before we get to our final act, one last check-in on the feed. Oh yeah, indeed. It's going to be the first half of 10 Jews, 1 Stew. And we have a pretty solid lineup for this show. We're going to have music from Rachel Gold and Ross Berman, and stand-up comedy from Adam Quaslow, Vicky Eisenstein, and Rebecca Kaplan. I mean, I would say on paper, this is going to be a really fun show. I probably shouldn't have said on paper, that might discourage people, but nevertheless, without further ado, your final act of the evening are the co-hosts and co-producers of Some Irregular Sundays, who until 9 months ago were hosting this show at Shakers on Clark in Boys Town. They have been performing together for 7.5 years and have performed at improv festivals in cities as far-flung as Omaha, Nebraska, St. Louis, Missouri, Green Bay, Wisconsin, Grand Rapids, Michigan, and Baltimore, Maryland. And it's also a very good chance that we did our 7th anniversary on Zoom, and we'll probably do our 8th anniversary on Zoom as well. Please welcome to the stage the regionally renowned Flower Shop Bangers. Oh goodness! I'm glad you were able to make time and with everything going on. Sure. I mean, yeah, totally. I mean, I don't normally put that information on classmates.com or anything like that, or MySpace. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'd invite you in, but it's goodness, the house is a mess right now. I mean, I've still got the old flip phone and everything. Yeah, yeah, it's still got my LG. Yeah, I mean, I'm getting a pretty good deal for minutes. I mean, I have a pretty decent. Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's not like T-Mobile's banging on my door. Oh my God, yes. Yeah, and that was custom made too. That was from your trip to Oklahoma. Jeez, that's a name I haven't heard in a long time. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, I mean, she probably looks nothing like that now. Mhm. Mm. I mean, I get it. I get it. Wow. Yeah, I'm glad you dropped by. Normally if someone messages me out of the blue after a few years, I keep thinking they're trying to sell me like Amway or something. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, I mean it's yeah, or it's because I had somebody a few weeks ago who I hadn't heard from in a couple of years, and all of a sudden in the middle of the conversation, they were asking, "Have you ever heard of Herbalife?" Yes. Herbalife. Yeah. You want me to sell sugar pills? Yeah, exactly. Yep. Hmm. Mm, that's not a bad idea. Oh. Mm, you're absolutely right. Oh, it's a nutritional milkshake. Yep. Guilty as charged. Yeah. I have to say, I mean, my eyesight's really improved in the last week. It's got carrots and beets in it. Yeah. Okay. Yes, I still wear glasses, but it's improved my eyesight. Mm. Oh, that's a good point. You made a very good point. Wow. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, a week. A week. Yep. It supplements my lunch. Mhm. Mhm. Oh goodness. I mean, man, I didn't even think about that. Just I think maybe for me it's more like that I just haven't been eating right, and just the fact that I'm getting all these carrots and beets and all this beta carotene, and just I mean, and just to be cool, I mean they intentionally misspelled beta carotene on the jar.
Beta carotene is on the jar.
Yes.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Wow.
The hot new vegetable of hot new vitamin of 1992.
Hmm. Oh, geez.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, why are we standing here? Let's have a seat. Come on. I mean, I've got folding chairs here. I mean, we can.
We can sit out on the porch.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, why are we just standing here talking about marketing scams and all
Hmm.
of that?
I don't know because honestly, what else has happened since high school?
Ooh, uh,
Apparently, you own your own home.
I do own my own house.
I don't see any kids or any sign of them running
Well,
around.
the
So,
house was the only thing I got to keep from the divorce.
oh, there you go. Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Hmm. Yeah, I only get to see him every other weekend.
Hmm. Yeah. Your kids?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that.
She got the car. She got the kids.
Oh, gotcha.
Most of the money, but I kept the house.
I
got
mean,
that.
the house is good.
Yeah, totally.
That's a good thing.
Mm-hmm. This big empty house.
It's a pretty big empty house.
Yeah.
I mean, do you have to pay alimony?
A little bit, yeah.
Oh, I mean, if it's just a little bit, then it's probably not too bad.
Yeah, I mean, we both make about the same. So
so it's just a little extra to help out, and
yeah, totally.
you probably contribute outside of that too, because they're your children.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, so these are these folding chairs. I bought these at Bed Bath and Beyond the other day. I just thought, there's something about the color. It complements the porch chair.
Gotcha. Yeah. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. It's a nice. Yeah, no, it is a nice compliment. They're great.
Yes, thank you. Just kind of and I'm amazed I found folding chairs in kind of this off-white color.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I guess this isn't I feel like, you have been someone that I've kind of stalked on Facebook a little bit. I'm going to be honest, over the years. And your kids, they look very cute. And I guess,
Thank you.
half the reason that I, was able to find you was because we're still Facebook friends and because we've kept in touch in somewhat of that way. And,
yeah, I mean, I try to put a brave face on social media. I try to, try not to.
Yeah.
My dirty laundry, so to speak.
No, that's good for you. I guess I just, never heard a single detail about the divorce. It was one of those weird things that I had to look at it and kind of just assume.
Yeah, I mean, I get it. Sometimes you just have to kind of put the pieces together. You notice that I changed my relationship status.
Yeah.
And, it's like, I don't upload any photos for a while.
Yeah. And then when you do, they're all photos of yourself. And then somehow you have time to take a vacation by yourself.
Yeah. I was inspired by your wallets, and I took a weekend joyride to Tulsa about a couple months ago.
There you go.
Yeah, I kind of want to see what Tulsa was about. Yeah.
Tulsa.
There's not a whole lot in Tulsa.
No.
Yeah, it's just like I just wanted to get away for a weekend. I just pointed at the map, closed my eyes, pointed at the map. My finger landed on Tulsa, and then I made the drive there.
I mean, you're trying to get some spontaneity into your life, and
oh yeah,
probably, I don't know.
I mean, look at you. I mean, you've got the successful career in insurance.
Yeah, no, it's successful.
Yeah, I mean, I remember when you were bragging about being the sales representative of the month at State Farm back in, what was that, July of 18?
Oh, yeah, that was July of 18. Wow, that's a good memory.
Okay, well, I'll admit, I've been stalking a little bit too.
Wow.
Yeah.
You remember it down to the date. I remember that month. My God, I hit my sales goals within like 3 days, and then everything else was just gravy.
Oh, bad. Yeah, I mean, you posted the diploma, the certificate, and everything. So it's just I remember the kind of it was August 18 because of those Gothic lettering.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like we've kind of hit this point where I don't know, we don't have a lot to show right now to each other. No.
I thought I would have accomplished a lot more by this age.
I thought so too. I mean, I thought by now that I'd be an accomplished lead in a rock and roll band,
I get you. Yeah. And I thought I'd be a married father of 2.
And now you're a divorced father of 2.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got all this free time in the world and I don't know what to do with it. Oh yeah, I'm also between jobs.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah, I know the market's slow.
Yeah, not a whole lot of accounting jobs out there right now.
Sure, yeah.
No one
I get it. Yeah, it's not tax season, So
yeah, exactly.
I'm sure once tax season, they're going to need at least extra help, and then
oh yeah,
you'll do a good enough job, and you'll find a new job. And
I'm calling H&R Block every day.
Really?
I applied last week because I know they're going to start needing people like that first week in January.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to need those extra bodies at the H&R Block office.
Yep.
I'm
sure they will, and then you'll find it, and then you'll do it, and then you'll. God.
I won't lie. TurboTax is eating us alive.
Eating H&R Block alive, or just your entire industry?
Into it.
Gotcha.
All those guys where you can just do your own taxes. There's like a computer program and all that. It's just.
I mean, just gonna say it. You could try and get into the corporate tax world.
Man, that.
I know personal taxes are a bit more rewarding.
That's good enough where I'll think about it. You got a corporate gig, I'll take it.
I don't, but they're the ones that are just way too complicated for Tax Pro. What's the program called?
TurboTax.
TurboTax, that's it.
Yeah. Those bastards at TurboTax. It used to be something about like the human interaction of doing your taxes every year, and it's just gone now.
I know. Truth be told, I don't even use TurboTax. I use Credit Karma because it's free.
Credit Karma. Oh God, that's almost as bad.
Sorry, but truth be told, I mean, I guess I could call you up and see if you can do my taxes, but honestly, I don't really need it. I'm fine.
For me with this corporate tax gig that you've got, just whatever you can do.
I'll forward you any opportunities I see, but quite honestly, I'm still in insurance right now. You know that. I'm not in that world.
Now you're just bragging.
Bragging about insurance?
Wow, you have insurance.
I have insurance and I work in insurance.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I wasn't sure like how you sales guys have it all together.
I know you're down on yourself, and I'm sorry. I did just turn up out of the blue.
Yeah. No, it's fine. I mean, it's the fact that you're seeing me at my low right now just indicates that there's nowhere to go but up.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it.
Do you want some PBR or something?
Yeah, I'd love one.
That's our show! Thank you so much to all of our performers, to everyone who's tuned in tonight. If you have missed any part of this show, you can tune in. You can watch the show. It is recorded on the Flower Shop Bankers Facebook page. You can watch after this very show ends. In the meantime, please wash your hands. Please stay a minimum 6 feet away from strangers and acquaintances. Believe women, Black Lives Matter. Thank you, and have a good night.
Bye-bye.